is generated by a turbine. Now, if you carefully see, the mechanical input, assuming that it is being given as P mechanical, and the output which I am getting is P electrical. Now, this P electrical is being transferred to your loop. Now, P electrical is a function of, or it can be written as V1, V2 sin delta by S, neglecting the transmission line resistance or whatever the resistances which are present in the system. I am neglecting them. So, my expression will be like this. So, PE is a function of sin delta, where delta is nothing but torsion. Whereas P mechanical is not going to depend on sin delta. P mechanical is going to be a constant one, whereas P electrical is dependent on sin delta.
వాచ్ ఎందుకు బాబు? వాచ్ కండుతుంది తెలుసా? వాచ్ జేబులో పెట్టుకో. అనుకో వాచ్ కి నడవకపోయినా వాచ్ ఎందుకు చెప్పు బట్టి అన్ని పెట్టుకోపోవద్దు.
So, this is assuming that this is PE, which is a function of delta, and assuming that initially the mechanical power was, this was the mechanical power. This was the initial mechanical power. Now, this is going to be the operating point. This is delta naught. Now, this is delta. Now, this characteristic is called as power angle characteristic. As discussed earlier, yesterday, this is power with respect to delta. Now, this is delta with respect to time. This is swing curve, which gives a characteristic of delta with respect to time. Now, assuming that this is the point A. Now, initially, the delta is a delta up to point A. This is, let us suppose, some T naught. Now, after some time, let us suppose my mechanical input is slightly raised. Now, this is my new mechanical input. Because of some point or the other, this is my new mechanical input. Initial point, operating point was this. Now, since mechanical input is raised, this is speed curve. Mechanical input raised out of one. Now, since my mechanical input is this value, but my electrical output is only this value. So, there is a huge difference between mechanical power and electrical output at that particular region. So, this is resulting in an acceleration. Since there is an acceleration, initially the speed was somewhere at omega s. Now, because of the acceleration which is experienced at this point of time, now this is the point of time, I am considering it as T naught. At this point of time, because of the acceleration, now my speed increases and my delta also increases. My speed is increasing and delta is also increasing. Now, it goes on increasing. Now, it is accelerating and it reaches this particular point B. And after reaching this particular point B, what happens because of the inertia of the machine? Now, assuming that this is point A, this is point B. At this particular point of B, because of inertia, my delta continues to move upward to reach a new point C. But during this particular region, if you carefully see, from B to C, mechanical power is less than electrical power. Because my mechanical power is here itself constant, but whereas this electrical power is this curve. So, electrical power is higher when compared to mechanical power. So, automatically what will happen? The machine will decelerate. So, what will happen to the machine? The speed which has so far increased now decreases. The speed decreases. Now the speed decreases. Now because of the inertia it has reached this point C, but after reaching this point C it has now assuming that it is also behaving like a human person. Now since it has reached this point C, it observes that this is not an equilibrium point. It is not an equilibrium point. So once again the equilibrium point is this one, B. Initially the point was A, equilibrium point suggested was B, but because of inertia it moved to C. Now once again it tries to come back. It tries to come back. So now it tries to come back in this way, but still it is experiencing deceleration. But from C to B, it is still experiencing deceleration. So during this process from C to coming back, now what is happening? The delta value will be decreasing. The delta value will be decreasing. The speed also will be decreasing because it is still under decelerating mode. It is still under decelerating. Now, after reaching this particular point, because of the inertia, we assume that it is still moving downwards. Maybe it reaches D. Now, at this point of D, because of the inertia, B దగ్గర ఆగాలి. బట్ ఇంకా ఇనర్షియా ఉండడం వల్ల D దాకా వెళ్ళింది. So D దాకా పోయేసరికి now to carefully observe, this value is less than delta now. The speed E region లో D దాకా పోయేసరికి automatically ఏమవుతుందిరా? Now this is again mechanical power is higher when compared to the E region లో acceleration జరుగుతుంది. So now B to C, it is accelerating. Again from C to B, it is still accelerating. Again, it will accelerate. Now this is point number 2. And again, A నుంచి మళ్ళీ ఏమవుతుంది? E మళ్ళీ తర్వాత మళ్ళీ F మళ్ళీ తర్వాత ఫైనల్ గా B కి వస్తుంది. So this is the variation. So this is the variation of delta with respect to T, this is the variation of speed with respect to T, and this is the power angle factor. This is the power angle factor. I hope you have now understood how the delta varies with respect to time, how the speed varies with respect to time, and how this can be observed from your power angle factor. Now, if you see, the machine experienced oscillation, which means that the initial position, this is the initial position, this is the final position. Slowly the delta is adjusting and finally it is coming back to this particular point. So this particular point. So that's fine. If you see, the delta is initially increasing, coming back to minimum low value again. So it is finally settling up somewhere. Okay, so in the graph approach to. So this is my swing. This is my swing curve, and this is my speed curve. Now we will see a particular case. అలాగని చెప్పి because of inertia, ఇది మరీ దాటి వెళ్ళిపోయింది అనుకోరా. So there may be, most of the times we do expect that there is a chance to come back and experience some oscillations and finally settle at some new two-way beyond. If it goes two-way beyond, it may not be able to come back. And that particular state is called as unstable. So, a position that వెళ్ళిపోతే అది మళ్ళీ రిటర్న్ రాలేదని మనం అనుకోవడానికి ట్రై చేస్తాం. And that particular value is called as delta. And that particular value is called as delta. Now, initial value is delta naught. Final value is going to be delta naught. Now, we will derive some expressions now. And we will see. I hope now you have understood how delta varies and how speed varies when there is a disturbance. Now these are not mentioned in your textbook, so I hope that you do Take good notes of these things. Whenever there is a disturbance in the system, then automatically the angle and also the speed are going to vary. And they will settle down to some new values. And if they are acceptable to us, then the system is said to be in a stable state. Now this is electrical path. This is assuming that this is the initial value of delta naught. Now suddenly this mechanical power has increased to this particular value, assuming that this is my mechanical power. Now this was P now, initial value. This is delta. Now this is mechanical, the new value of mechanical power. So what is the condition which I have taken? Sudden change in input. For this condition I am doing now. Initially the point was here, but now suddenly the mechanical input has increased. Now, మనం ఇంతకుముందు తీసుకున్నదే some approximations తో చేద్దాం రా. This is the initial point A. It has to settle down at this point B, but because of something it is experiencing, because of its inertia, it is moving to some extreme value of C. Extreme value of C. Now this is I'll take it as delta 2, I'll take it as delta 1. Delta naught is the initial value, delta 1 is going to be my required value. Delta 2 is going to be the maximum value that delta can achieve. Now we will see the relation between delta naught, delta 1 and delta 2. Okay. Now, equal area criterion. What is equal area criterion first? Equal area criterion suggests that we have seen in the last class, integral of PA into d delta is equal to 0. If this condition is satisfied, which means integral between Pm minus PA d delta, the initial value to maximum value. If this condition is satisfied, then the system will be critically stable. Delta naught నుంచి delta max అంటే delta naught నుంచి delta 2 వరకు అర్థం. Delta naught నుంచి delta 2 వరకు Pm minus PE d delta. దీన్నే delta 1 వరకు, తర్వాత delta 1 to delta 2 రెండు పాయింట్స్ రాదు. Pm minus PE, what is Pm minus PE beta? This is P mechanical, this is PE. So this is PE curve, this is Pm curve. So area is Pm minus PE under delta naught to delta 1. This is, I am taking it as A1. I am taking it as A1. This is the curve between Pm minus this is PE plus delta 1 నుంచి delta 2 వరకు Pm minus PE. Say this is Pm. This is P. So, నేను ఇది రివర్స్ లో రాసుకుంటున్నాను కాబట్టి I will take it as minus A2 is equal to C. So, A1 is equal to A. This is A2. As long as A1 is equal to A2, the system will be critically stable. This is what is your equal area criterion. System stable ఎప్పుడైతుందంటే A1 is greater than A2, then the system is perfectly stable. If A1 is equal to A2, the system is critically stable. If A1 is less than A2, then the system is unstable. You remember this condition. As long as A1 is greater than A2, the system will be under stable condition. If A1 is equal to A2, then the system will be critically stable. If A1 is less than A2, then the system is going to be unstable. Okay. Do you remember these conditions? Now we will do some problems, we will take some derivations, we will do some problems today. Now coming to this particular part. As per equal area criterion, ESA, area 1 must be equal to area 2. What is area 1 beta? Area 1 is nothing but delta naught to delta 1, Pm minus Pe d delta. What is area 2? It is delta 1 to delta 2. This is Pe is higher కాబట్టి Pe is minus Pm into d delta. Now this has to be integrated with respect to delta. ఈ రెండిట్లో Pm is a constant. It is independent of delta. But whereas P electrical, now if I take this one as Pmax into sin delta. Now I will rewrite here. Delta 1, this is Pm minus Pmax sin delta into delta is equal to delta 1 to delta 2. This is Pmax into sin delta minus Pm into delta. The Pmax is the maximum electrical power which can be transferred, whereas Pm is nothing but your mechanical power. Okay, do remember that. Now, I do have this particular equation. Now, I am going to solve this equation. Let's see what is the equation which I will be getting now. Now, if I integrate this one, this is a constant term, Pm. So, ఏమొస్తుంది అంటే 1 వస్తుంది. 1 ఉంటుంది కాబట్టి దానికి ఇంటెగ్రల్ ఏంటంటే డెల్టా నాట్ టు డెల్టా మైనస్ దిస్ ఇస్ Pmax sin డెల్టాకి ఏమొస్తుందిరా మైనస్ cos డెల్టా ఫ్రమ్ డెల్టా నాట్ టు డెల్టా. This is equal to Pmax into this is also minus cos delta 1 to delta 1. This is Pm ఏమొస్తుంది అంటే delta 1 to delta. Now this is the integration which I do. This is now this is Pm delta 1 minus delta naught minus Pmax. This is cos delta naught minus cos delta 1. This is cos delta 1 minus 2 minus Pm delta 2 minus delta 1. Now this is the expansion for the above equation. Now I will bring all the mechanical power terms to one side. Pm common, Pm ఎక్కడెక్కడ ఉందో ఇదొకటి. So what I will be getting delta 1 minus delta naught plus delta 2 minus delta 2. Isn't it? That is equal to Pmax into now. If you see this particular expression, what is this one? Pm into delta 2 minus delta naught is equal to Pmax into what is cos delta naught minus cos delta. We have got some expression where Pm into delta 2 minus delta naught is equal to Pmax into cos delta naught minus cos delta 2. Now, if you see, what is Pm? Pm is nothing but a mechanical power. For this mechanical power, I am considering at point P at point B, can I take mechanical power is equal to P max into a concerned angle into sin delta 1? Can I take this particular one? At point B, mechanical power is this point on this curve, which is equal to P max into sin delta 1. Now I am trying to substitute this particular value here. If I try to substitute this particular value here, let's see what I am going to do. If I substitute this particular one here, Tm is equal to P max into sin delta 1. So what is my sin delta 1? That is equal to cos delta naught minus cos delta 2 by this is my expression. Sin delta 1 is equal to cos delta naught minus cos delta 2 by delta 2 minus delta naught. So what do I understand from this expression? Now delta naught is a thing which I do already have. Delta naught is the expression which I do already have. Now if I take delta 1 mechanical power నేను ఎంత వరకు ఇంక్రీజ్ చేయొచ్చు, ఇక్కడ వరకు ఇంక్రీజ్ చేయొచ్చు, ఎంత వరకు ఇంక్రీజ్ చేయొచ్చు, delta 1, so that I can calculate delta 2. So delta 1 is the thing which I am varying, delta naught is the initial value, so delta 2 will be the maximum value of delta, beyond which I cannot experience any stability of the system. Delta 1 is considered to be the critical clearing angle. Delta 1 is considered to be critical clearing angle.
Excuse me, sir. సార్ ఒకసారి మళ్ళీ రిపీట్ చేయాలి సార్. డెల్టా 1 క్రిటికల్ తర్వాత అర్థం కాలేదు సార్.
Delta 1 is considered to be critical clearing angle. Critical clearing angle. So delta 1 దగ్గరనే delta 1 will be such that A1 is equal to A2. Delta 1 అనేది beyond that వెళ్ళిపోయింది అనుకోండి, the system may become unstable. Now we will see what are the advantages of this one when we solve the problem. Sarvaj note చేస్తున్నారా? Is it done? Now, what is sometimes in competitive examinations I will ask you, what is the maximum value of delta 2? What is the maximum value of delta 2? You can generally have stable or unstable. What is the maximum value of delta 2 which you can have? Maximum ఇట్లా ఈక్వలైజర్ క్రైటీరియాలో మనం ట్రై చేయాలి అనుకుంటే what is the maximum value of delta 2 which you can have? Maximum value of delta 2 is ఇక్కడ వరకు రాదు, delta 2 వరకు. So that you can equate these two terms. So ఇక్కడ వరకు రావచ్చు అనుకుంటే what is this particular value now? Can I write it as 5 minus delta 1 from the curve? Is it okay? From the curve, what is the delta 2 max value which I can have? I can take it as 5 minus delta 1. Do you remember this one also? They may sometimes ask what is the maximum value of delta. ఆ వాల్యూ దగ్గర సిస్టమ్ స్టేబుల్ ఉంటుందని చెప్పలేదు, బట్ మాక్సిమం వాల్యూ అక్కడ వరకు పోవచ్చు. We can try for sibling. Ready, guys?
Yes, sir.
Right. Now, with the help of this one, we will try to solve a very simple problem which is asked once in an IES examination. Now, I am erasing this one. The problem was very, very, very simple problem. A typical problem to understand and solve. The problem was very simple in reading. Now, మన సిఎల్ వాళ్ళను నాగరాజ కుటారి తీసుకుంటే ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ అన్ని పెద్ద పెద్ద పేజీలు లాగా ఉంటుంది. We do find very large problems in these sections. But most of the times in competitive examination, we won't be asked that large question. We will be asked a very small question, which do require an intellectual mind. Now we will see a very small problem. This is not even solved in any of the textbooks, but a typical. Now, I'll take a simple one. A synchronous generator having a maximum rating of 1000 megawatts is operating at an initial angle of 4 degrees. Now, it was having a maximum rating of 1000 megawatts and initially it was at an angle of 4 degrees. How much mechanical power can be increased without losing synchronous? Question answer. 2 marks ichindi. Question was very, very, very simple. 2 marks ichindi. అసలు అందులో చూస్తేనేమో రెండు ఉన్నాయి. ఒకటి ఏంటన్నా, వాట్ ఈస్ ద మాక్సిమం రేటింగ్ 1000 megawatts పర్ ఫేజ్ అనుకోవాలి. పర్ ఫేజ్ అనుకున్నా ఏదనుకున్నా దట్ ఈస్ ద 3-phase machine కాబట్టి we'll take that 1000 megawatts and the initial angle was 4 degrees. The initial angle was 4 degrees. How much mechanical power can be increased without losing synchronous? Question చూడండి ఎంత సింపుల్గా ఉన్నదో. అసలు ఇప్పుడు మనం ఇప్పటిదాకా మనం చేసిన ఈక్వేషన్స్లో ఏ ఈక్వేషన్ వస్తే దీనికి ఆన్సర్ వస్తుంది చెప్పండి. Is anybody listening to class?
Yes, sir.
Answer was very simple. Students, we will take this particular formula. For system to be stable, we do have the condition of sin delta 1 is equal to cos delta naught minus cos delta 2 by delta 2 minus delta 1. What can be the maximum value of delta naught? What can be the maximum value of delta naught? డెల్టా నాట్ ఇక్కడ వరకు రావాలి, 5 మైనస్ డెల్టా. అవునా? సో వీ
Yes,
క్యాన్ అడ్జస్ట్ సంహౌ. ఈ కర్వ్ని ఇక్కడ దాకా తీసుకురావాలి. మరి ఇక్కడ దాకా తీసుకొస్తే మరి స్టేబుల్ ఎట్లయితుంది సార్? A2 అనేది పెద్దగా కనపడుతుంది కదా అంటే, అరే మనం బొమ్మ గీయటం ప్రాబ్లం రా అంతే. అర్థమైందా? ఈ డెల్టా 2 ఇక్కడే ఉండాలని ఏమున్నది? మెకానికల్ పవర్ అనేది బేసికల్గా నేను ఇక్కడ దాకా ఇంక్రీజ్ చేసుకుంటా, ఏమున్నా ఇక్కడ దాకా ఇంక్రీజ్ చేసుకుంటా. నౌ సార్ ఇప్పుడు ఇది ఓకేనా? నౌ దిస్ ఇస్ డెల్టా 1. నౌ వాట్ ఈస్ డెల్టా 2? దిస్ ఇస్ డెల్టా 2. నౌ ఇట్ ఓకే. ఇట్ ఈస్ జస్ట్ అవర్ గ్రాఫికల్ ఇల్యూజన్ అంట. సో మెకానికల్ పవర్ నేను ఎక్కడ వరకు పెంచుకుంటూ పోవచ్చురా? మెకానికల్ పవర్ ఎక్కడ వరకు పెంచుకుంటూ పోవచ్చు? సచ్ దట్ A1 ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు A2. A1 ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు A2 ఎక్కడ వరకు అవుతుంది? మాక్సిమం వాల్యూ డెల్టా 2 ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు 5 మైనస్ డెల్టా 1 వరకు కూడా నేను వేరీ చేసుకుంటూ పోవచ్చు. ఎప్పుడైతే ఈ వాల్యూ దానికంటే ఎక్కువ అవుతుందో అప్పుడు మనకు కుదరదు. దిస్ ఇస్ ద మాక్సిమం లిమిట్ నా ఇప్పుడు ఇది చూడండి. ఫర్ మాక్సిమం వాల్యూ ఆఫ్ Pm కన్సిడర్ మాక్సిమం ఇక్కడ వరకు పెంచుకుంటూ పోవచ్చు. ఎందుకంటే నాకు డెల్టా 1 మాక్సిమం నేను ఎక్కడ, డెల్టా 2 నేను మాక్సిమం ఎక్కడ వరకు తీసుకెళ్ళచ్చు కదా? 5 మైనస్ డెల్టా 1 వరకు తీసుకెళ్ళచ్చు. సో అందుకని నాకు ఈ ఫ్లెక్సిబిలిటీ ఉన్నది కాబట్టి నేను మెకానికల్ పవర్ పెంచుకుంటూ పోతాను. సార్ నాకు ఈ రెండు ఏరియాస్ ఈక్వల్ అయితే సరిపోతుంది స్టేబుల్గా ఉంటాను. సో ఫర్ మాక్సిమం వాల్యూ ఆఫ్ Pm ఐ విల్ కన్సిడర్ దిస్ పర్టికులర్ ఫార్ములా. డెల్టా 2 max is equal to 5 minus delta 1. I will consider this one. Delta 2 is equal to 5 minus delta 1. Now if I substitute this one in this one, sin delta 1 is equal to cos of 5 minus delta 1 minus cos of, sorry, mistake getting there. Cos of delta 2 minus cos of 5 minus delta 1 by, this is 5 minus delta 1 minus delta naught. Okay. Now ఇప్పుడు చూడండి రైట్, ఈ ఎక్స్ప్రెషన్ చూడండి ఒకసారి. This is sin delta 1. This is sin delta 1. What is cos delta naught beta? Cos delta naught, I will take this, let us suppose this is 4 degrees చెప్పండి. 4 degrees అంటే cos delta naught ఎంత కింద? Can somebody say what is 4 degrees beta? Cos 4 degrees. Let us go. ఎంతరా? నానా cos 4 degrees ఎంతరా? తొందరగా చెప్పాలి. everyone? Kakila is there?
సార్ ఎస్ సార్, నాకు క్యాల్సి దొరకట్లేదు సార్.
కొన్ని ఎవరైనా ఉన్నారా? ప్రాబ్లం చేస్తున్నాను. సంతోషి అడిగా జస్వన్
సార్ 0.997.
0.997. ఎవరు నాన్న? రఘు మాట్లాడేది జస్వంత్ సార్.
రఘు
0.997 minus cos of 180 minus delta 1. What is cos 5 minus delta 1 mana? It will be plus cos delta 1 by 5 minus 5 అంటే నేను ఇక్కడ ఏం చేస్తున్నా అంటే రేడియన్స్ లో కన్వర్ట్ చేస్తున్నాను. 5 is nothing but 3.1415. I am taking it as radian minus delta 1 అలాగే ఉంటుంది minus delta naught. Delta naught is nothing but ఇది డిగ్రీస్ ని రేడియన్స్ లో కన్వర్ట్ చేయను. 4 degrees అంటే ఎంత రేడియన్స్ వస్తుందిరా? Anyone? Can anyone? Okay. I hope that you are doing the problem. Let's see. So next class I will also be getting a calculus. So but it is all this and let us suppose 4 degrees and in radians to convert this and let us suppose I will be getting somewhere around 0.01 and question. Now if I solve this particular one, what I will be getting? I will be getting delta 1 value. Isn't it? I will be getting a delta 1 value and delta 1 value will be, let us suppose now 30 degrees or 40 degrees and so this is approximately maybe calculate. So now what is maximum value of mechanical power? Now what is this one? This is the value, isn't it? I can take it as Tmax into the sine delta 1. What is Tmax? I do already have 1000 into sine delta 1 enter. Sine 40 వచ్చింది కాబట్టి sine 40. This is my mechanical power. New mechanical power. Or this is my mechanical power, maximum mechanical power which I can try on my turbine, which I can try on my generator. Let us suppose ఇది ఒక 500 or 600 వచ్చింది అనుకో. Now, my question was, how much mechanical power can be increased? Initially ఎంత ఉండిందిరా? What was my initial value? This was my initial value. Initial value ఎంత ఇది? Tmax into sine delta. What is my new value? Tmax into sine delta 1. Tmax into sine delta 1 మనం క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేసాం. ఎంత వచ్చింది? 500 వచ్చింది అనుకో. Tmax into sine delta 0, Tmax 1000 into sine 4 0 అంటే let us sine 4 degrees అంటే 20 or 30 వచ్చింటది బేసికల్. రెండిటి యొక్క డిఫరెన్స్ is nothing but 480 or 470. This is my mechanical power which I can increase on my machine so that my machine can be stable condition. Got it?
Sir.
These are the questions. Questions చాలా సింపుల్ గానే ఉంటాయి. మనం వాడే 2-3 ఫార్ములాలు బట్టి క్వశ్చన్లు ఉంటాయి. Now this is the type of problems which will be asked in your engineering services examination and your GATE examination. I hope now you are well acquainted with the problems. What type of problems will be asked in the examinations? Any queries? Tomorrow at 12 o'clock you do have a special class where we will be discussing about critical clearing angle. Is my voice audible for you?
Sir.
Is my voice audible for you guys?
Yes, sir. It is audible, sir.
Yeah. Tomorrow at 12 o'clock, last start Kali Agadra. I'll be taking a small class just for half an hour to give you a glimpse on critical clearing angle. We will see different cases of critical clearing angle, how critical clearing angle will be determined. Because GATE examination lo critical clearing angle meedane problems adugutunnaru. Itla ee roju cheppinda batti maximum value of mechanical power. Tarvata critical clearing angle meeda adugutunnaru. So tomorrow I'll give an introduction about critical clearing angle for just half an hour. I'll start it somewhere around 12 to 12:30. I'll take a small class. And on Monday's class, we'll do the tutorials on critical clearing angle and we will close the units. Okay? Repu సెకండ్ అవర్ పిఎస్డి కదా?
No sir, PSP sir.
ఓకే, రేపు సాటర్డేనే కదా, రేపు థర్డ్ అవర్ ఖాళీగానే ఉంటుంది కాబట్టి ఇఫ్ పాసిబుల్ ఐ విల్ టేక్. ఓకే,
Okay sir.
డోంట్ వరీ గైస్, ఐ విల్ అప్లోడ్ ఆల్ దిస్ నోట్స్ ఫర్ యూ. Course web is under construction. I think by tomorrow class notes will be available for third and fourth units in detail. Okay.
Sir.